I'm playing for Chelsea. I'm an international footballer. Let me give back to my community. And you know, hi guys, it's a girl lilymutamztv, also known as Z, girl from Zambia. If you're new to my YouTube channel, please subscribe so that each time I upload videos, you will be notified that Z has posted a video. In this video, I'll be talking about Drogba and what he is doing for his country, Ivory Coast, and just a little catch up on what's going on with the COVID-19 across Africa. So before I get into the video, I would like to read an article about the good things that Drogba is doing in Abidjan. Okay, so this is an article from African News, and it says this: former Ivorian international Drogba has availed his private hospital for use as government coronavirus facility, according to reports. Now, the news was posted on his Facebook fan page, which is fans de DIDIER Drogba, and the hospital in question is located in the city of Abidjan, and it's named after Ivory Coast footballer Laurent for those of you who are football fans, who died in 2016. The head of Abidjan's regional council, Vincent Tor, thanked Drogba for the gesture, which he described as patriotic. Honestly, Drogba has been so patriotic about the coronavirus. He's been using his platforms to tell his people, though it's in French, but thankfully Facebook does translate for you. And he's been saying, stay home, stay safe, take the precautions that have been told to you, make sure you do not ignore. And he has also shared images of people who have died recently that were close to him, to the coronavirus, and he has also shared an image of a man that is currently positive to the coronavirus. I think about 2 of his close pals have tested positive. So I salute his work. Honestly, he's doing so much, and I like the fact that, you know, this is a football star that is respected worldwide, and he's using his platform to say stay home and stay safe. So that's just the truth, what they're saying here. He's been so patriotic, and Vincent Tobri says the gesture, which you know, he stressed that the facility would be very useful in the fight against the virus once it's functional. And then also the government of Cote d'Ivoire recently announced that 13 hospitals in Abidjan and 45 in the country will be used as COVID-19 centers. I believe Abidjan has been affected a lot because Ivory Coast is a former French colony, so most of their travels, or most of the people from Abidjan like to travel to places where, you know, they speak French, and France is one of them. And you know that France has been really hit badly with the coronavirus, and they have that opportunity to travel there a lot. So I believe that's why also they've really been affected. You know, and they're saying that according to their reports, according to the report, they are stating that 45 hospitals in the country of Cote d'Ivoire will be used as COVID-19 centers, and I think this has been since the 11th of March. Also, it has been reported that there currently having 574 cases on file, of which 85 have recovered and 5 have died. So you can understand, Drogba offering his hospital as a facility for his fellow Ivorians to use, obviously it's free of charge, in order for those who are positive with coronavirus to be tested, or for people to be found either positive or negative. So it's a really good gesture. Then also it had been in the news that Drogba called out 2 French scientists for suggesting that COVID-19 vaccine trials must start in Africa. And I like the fact that Drogba was not, buying that. He was just like, why should we Africans be the testing ground? And that's what has really inspired me even to share this, because Drogba was among the people that actually spoke loudly about the fact that we are not going to accept the French trying to taste us on these so-called vaccines. And you can imagine, Ivory Coast is a former French colony, and they still want to impose tests on them. I think it was just like, we are no longer under your supreme power. Why do you want to taste on us again, the vaccines? So I salute Drogba for that. And then also he was joined by Cameroonians, I think he's a footballer, Samuel Eto'o, setting off a social media backlash on the scientists, and it was huge. I mean, that's what we need influential people to do, especially Africans in this situation where we've been discriminated even in China. I've shared a video of our former ambassador, the former African Union ambassador, Dr. Amina. Look at the way she came out strong in stating how the Chinese are treating Africans so badly, and yet there are more than 10 million Chinese in the whole of Africa. They've been welcomed in Africa. They've set businesses in Africa, and yet the black people, Africans, are made homeless in China. So when I saw that Drogba was also campaigning against the vaccinations, I was so proud of him, honestly. And then also, already that the World Health Organization Director General Tedros also responded by saying that statement of the French saying that they wanted to test the vaccinations on Africans was appalling. That was good. So then there's a little bit of a history and a background about Drogba, which I am just learning now. We see these footballers, performing well. Yes, we know they are involved in charity, but when there's a situation like this, when you take keen interest in knowing what's going on around the world, then you discover that actually in 2013, the Drogba Foundation had announced its plans to build 5 hospitals across the Western African country, meaning Ivory Coast, and the foundation's focus for the facilities was to specialize in children and women's health, spreading throughout the country. I mean, he's making millions, and he thought, look, I'm playing for Chelsea. I'm an international footballer. Let me give back to my community. And Drogba reminds me of DJ Arafat. May his soul rest in peace. Each time I read posts about what Drogba is doing for his country, I used to follow DJ Arafat a lot. I was just thinking, if DJ Arafat was alive, he would have used his platform to tell people about coronavirus. I know he was an advocate for his country, and I see this as well in Drogba, and I'm like, wow. It seems the Ivorians are outspoken people. They are open-minded. It's just that they speak in French, but if you follow their storylines, you realize that they don't tolerate nonsense. So I'm very proud of him. And then also, according to the article says that the announcement was made by the foundation secretary, Guy Roland Tenor, who told sports outlet SuperSport that the projects were to be funded by the organization's London galas and Drogba's personal contributions. You can imagine that. Drogba was going to use his personal contributions in order to build these hospitals, giving back, whilst our politicians in Africa, instead of giving back to the economy, they are rather making themselves fatter and richer. Instead of them looking at how they can improve on the hospital facilities, given the opportunity that they have been given, they are rather building shopping malls in other countries, investing money in Switzerland, saving money, hiding their monies elsewhere, buying apartments in London and all the expensive places across the world. This is what I call a president. I don't care whether Drogba is not involved in politics, but this guy must be a politician because he is a man for the people. This is what we want to see from African leaders that are determined to see their people prosper. Now, during the coronavirus, where the borders are shut, the hospital facilities we have, some of them countries cannot even sustain. But I'm so proud of Ghana. I saw a video where the Ghanaian government have come together in order to build some form of ventilators, like affordable ventilators that will help those who are affected by the coronavirus. That's good innovations. I've also seen masks being made in Kenya, Uganda, in Zambia, in Nigeria, and the governments in those countries are empowering those people that can make these reusable masks. And those who are good at sewing, they are also getting at least a bit of income from this. So the government is empowering these people. I mean, enough of us relying on China to supply us with these medical supplies. We've seen videos of how people in China were making these things, and some of them were just stepping on them. They don't even care that they will be on our nose. So face masks at the moment is a big business. If you've never thought about it, you can do it, because now, even as we travel, even when the lockdown is over, I believe that people will always want to travel with a face mask. So think about it. So I'm so proud of Drogba, and it's something that somebody who is influential should be thinking of. I've finished reading the article now. It's somebody who is influential should be thinking of the people of their countries, and not just thinking of how they can wear the most expensive trainers and show the most expensive Lamborghini on Instagram, but rather his mind has been, I need to help my people with the influence. This is someone I see who probably came from a poor home and would tell himself, when I get there, I'm gonna help my people. This is why we're seeing the results of Drogba. So I am so proud of what is happening across Africa. Most African leaders have taken a step, though some have not even addressed China because they have a strong relationship with China. But the issues of our African people being homeless in China is something that broke many of us. Our hearts were broken. I couldn't even stand the fact that, people are left in the street just because they are black. And then we've also had McDonald's apologize for not allowing blacks to be served in China. Obviously, because the Chinese had imposed the rules that no black people should be served in their restaurants or whatever. The Chinese people apply that rule even towards McDonald's, and McDonald's issued a statement. And I understand, because McDonald's is a franchise, so it's not really McDonald's that say they should do this. It's the person who owns McDonald's in China that imposed that rule, and they have apologized and they've said, we did not say blacks cannot eat from here. So let's keep on keeping ourselves safe. There's no need for you to risk your lives going out there. Observe the lockdown. Wear your masks each time you go out. always use your hand sanitizer. And there's a trick that I can tell you which has worked for me. Get yourself honey, lemon, ginger, and drink it all the time in order to clear your airwaves throughout. And if you feel like you have a headache, rest a lot, drink your paracetamol, and stay home. Don't be in contact of other people. So it's a girl, lilymutamztv, also known as GeloWapaz. See you in my next video.
Thanks for watching my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button, and follow me on all social media platforms. It's simply at lilymutamztv.